What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Gregway. God, why am I so bad at this YouTube stuff? I just realized I've been talking a while. There was no audio on that, was there? I tell you what, I'm getting better, as I was saying with everyone. That's why it's kind of funny because when there's no sound, and you couldn't hear me. It was just me going. I was saying that I'm getting better with YouTube stuff. Like the camera is better because it's still yellow, but it's filling up the whole screen. We see there on this Wirecast, I made a second. It's a long story. I can fix it later. I'm just gonna because now you're just missing my little game over Greggy bug. But whatever. Every Wednesday and Friday I answer a question here on Gregway. This is one of them. Sometimes I ask a question like, "Hey, you're pretty stupid. Like, why don't you put audio on your things?" And you have to go, "Well, you know what, man? I don't know how to use this internet stuff." So usually how this works is you send me a question. You either leave it in the YouTube comments or send it to me on Twitter. Or I like to send video responses, but they phased out video responses. So now you have to make your own video. Then tweet it at me at GameOverGreggy, which I would put up right here, but that would cripple the stream so far that we're doing. So let's see what we got going on for questions here. The comments here on the YouTube thing, they're going. How do you make them go automatically then? That's what I want to know. Here, we'll do this. Give the old refresh. See if that gets me real questions going. It does. And there we go. Yeah, I know the sound is back on, everybody. I screwed that up. My bad, everybody. I don't know how to use YouTube. That's the best part of this thing, right? Is like I'm stupid. You get to be with me on YouTube as we do stuff. Uh, Jorge says, he tries his hardest and it doesn't work out. I know. I'm no good. It sounds back is what I'm saying. The sound never went away, really. Just, you screwed it up. I fixed it pretty quick. At least I noticed, right? It sucks too because I've done it, like, seriously, I was getting this ready last night and just did not click the audio sync on this thing over here. That's pretty annoying. Would have been nice to have that, alright? Oh, here we go. Dan tweets at Game Over Greggy. He says, "How can I get that Game Over Greggy shirt you've been wearing so much?" We will be selling the Game Over Greggy shirt soon. We are getting a marketplace off the ground for Game Over Greggy. So go ahead and get ready to buy shirts with my stuff on it, and Conversation with Colin stuff on it, and all sorts of junk like that. Make sure you're putting questions for me in or comments, whatever you want me to talk to you about in the comments here on the YouTube thing. Liam says, "How you doing, mate?" I'm doing better now, Liam. I'm kind of embarrassed that the sound was off when I started this thing. I thought I had this one by the balls. Thought I knew what I was doing. I come out and I screwed up pretty much immediately. But like at least I know the opening has audio. Then when we came back from the little, I'll get over it. It'll be fine. Uh, Hudsy DeHay, he says, "Well, what phone do you rock?" I rock an iPhone 5, and I'll tell you what, I'm not going to buy one of these new iPhones. People, you get the iPhone C and the iPhone S and whatever, and no, thank you. I don't need the color. I don't need the color one. I'm the cheap one, and then I don't like the gold one. And on top of that, like really, like here's something you may not know. You know how this camera looks crappy, right? It's running off my laptop. It's got the yellow haze to it, which is really weird. Sorry about that again. Eventually, I'll buy a real webcam. When I'm making Gregways, I'm filming off my iPhone 5. It's just my iPhone 5 on a tripod, just doing it. I mean, it's the best webcam I have in the house right now. And the thing about that would make me upgrade to an iPhone S, right, is if it was better. If for some reason the iPhone S had a better camera that was like way more advanced with megapixels and yada yada yada, but it doesn't. So, or it doesn't even. It might be better, but it's not like amazing, you know. You know. Let's see what we got here. Gesture lamps. Any relation to The Simpsons? I don't know what that means. Adam Smith, Greg, how much sleep do you get on average? Adam Smith, not enough. I am extremely tired. The problem is that I moved to this whole let's wake up. The videos were already the videos here on youtube.com/gameoverrated. They're already posting at 6 a.m. Here's something else I'm gonna do. Everybody always bitches about this too when I do these things. I'm gonna drop the brightness. Nope, I hate computers so much. Gonna drop the brightness here on my computer so you don't have as much lens glare. See, every time I do this, I learn something new. I look at it rocking back and forth. This is fun. But hey, you're here. You wanted a live Gregway. A lot of people have been asking for a live Gregway. Here it is. Never said it was gonna be pretty. Here we go. Isn't nearly that. Adam said, "How much sleep do I get? Not enough. Very tired. You know, I moved to doing these, waking up at 6, answering everybody's comments, but I still try to play games and stuff and see friends and my girlfriend before I go to bed, which means I'm just not getting to bed early enough to make this all work out. But my body's adjusting to it. I'm adjusting to not having enough sleep. I just then feel like an old man when the weekends roll around. I'm like, let's go to bed. I can't sleep in. So I wake up early on the weekend. I'm like, let's just go to bed. Let's just sleep. Hope to play more GTA and sleep soon. Fisto Pain 5. Have you ever grown out a beard? Yeah, this is an old IGN story. I didn't have a good beard, but Ryan Geddes had this photo on his desk, right, of him with a beard, and he was sitting there with his wife, and he looked terrible. He looked god awful. Like he just got out of a POW camp. And I asked him how long that took to grow, and he said, 2 weeks or whatever. And I said, and then there was a GameScoop challenge for me to do it and see if I would look better. And I did, and it looked terrible. In fact, if you Google, YouTube, Greg Miller hitting on hose, which was the original title for Knocking Boots, but I knew it was a bad idea from the start, and we changed it to Knocking Boots, so we were all inclusive and not weird. Somebody took an image of me with that beard and put it up, and the beard looks terrible. I can't grow a beard well, but I think I could do it better now, because it was one of those where I let it grow for 2 weeks, and I shaved it, and it started coming in more full, and so now it's one of those things where when I don't shave for like 2 days, I have a lot of stubble. It's like, well, I wonder if I have a beard, but then I'm like, I don't want to commit to learning. I don't want to commit to that, finding out if I would actually have a good beard or not, because that seems kind of ridiculous. Going up at noon, have this half-assed beard, something else people would make fun of me for. No, thank you, sir. I'm not going to be set up to fail that way. Let's see what's going on here. Now the question doesn't make 100% sense. Oh, here, no. Daniel says, why do you think Uncharted 4 PS4 was listed on the GameStop website? Well, I think it's a foregone conclusion that there's probably we already know Naughty Dog's working on a PlayStation 4 title. Smart money is on Uncharted 4. I'm sure somebody put it. It's kind of like IGN, right? If you ever look at IGN, IGN has all these objects for these games, right? So when you click on a story about Metal Gear 5, you can click on the videos to see all Metal Gear Solid 5 videos. When there's a game like, let's say, Madden, there's going to be a Madden next year. So there's probably already an object for Madden next year. So if you were to Google it, you'd think, oh man, maybe IGN has information about Madden. No, we don't have any information about it, but when we write a story about Madden for next year or a Madden story that encompasses all of Madden, we want to attach it to as many things as possible. Like, I'm sure, I don't know what we call it. It's not Uncharted 4, but there is, Naughty Dog's next gen project object out there. So, when we're doing the videos about, we saw this in the background, what does this pirate mean, or we make a video hypothesizing about Uncharted 4, we can attach it to something so it doesn't just go off and die in darkness. Daniel Musa says, will you ever come to Australia? Daniel, I'd love to come to Australia. No current plans. I'd probably go for work, right? Then we have IGN Australia down there already. You already got the IGN Australia people down there. So when will I go? I have no idea. I don't take vacations, so I don't think I'll be going anywhere for fun anytime soon. So not until work sends me there. You got to make PAX Australia big, I guess, and then I can just come for that. That'd be the best way, I guess. Oh, Jester says Simpsons because you're yellow, lol. No, good call. I do need to get a better webcam, but in a pinch, I just need to talk to you. Here I am. You got to deal with it. Suck it up. This is why we're a fun little channel, right? You want the polished stuff, you go to IGN. You want to hang out and talk about wings, chill out here. Nick Can Edit says, what does your girlfriend think about you not wanting kids? She doesn't want kids either. This is why we get along. Oh, come on. Chuck Rose, what game are you playing now? Come on, bro. / lady. I don't know what Chuck name is. I'm playing GTA 5, and I am in love with it. And that's it took a while for me to get super, not into GTA 5, I guess. I'm a GTA fanboy, right? GTA 3. I liked the old GTAs. GTA 3 was one of those turning points. I've been on board ever since. I liked GTA 4 when Hillary reviewed it. And Roper did the second opinion on it for IGN, but like I was one of the people who played it with both him and Roper. I was there to say, yeah, I thought it was a 10. I still think I still think it's a 10. I still think it's one of those games that makes sense for what it is, right? A masterpiece, but that's all beside the point right now. GTA 5 is fantastic. Having a great time. Like I keep describing it like me and Alfredo did a commentary the other day where we ran around trying to get 5 stars, and then of course we did the live stream. And I keep describing it the way of when I play the game with other people, it's like Hook. It's like when Robin Williams is Peter Pan, but he doesn't remember that he's Peter Pan. Like I play GTA at home, and I play it very much like a real game. Like I'm okay, what are the mission? Where am I going? What am I doing? Okay, I'm doing this. I'm motivated. Blah blah blah. And then I get these people who bring me out, and they're like, no, let's just run around. Let's just steal a plane. Let's just walk across the island. It's like, holy crap! Like I forgot how much fun it is to goof around. Oh, I forgot how much fun it is to stretch too. Stretching at 6 a.m. This is fun though. Huh? The first ever live stream Gregway. Like I said, some problems. Doesn't look that good. Didn't have sound for a brief second at the beginning. I'm getting there though. I didn't like my hair. I was throwing water on my hair in the bathroom before we went live. Looks pretty good now. So, let's see what. Oh, 222 Cameron says, what made you choose Mizzou? Of course, ladies and gentlemen, I went to the University of Missouri, the greatest journalism school in the land. And that's what did journalism. I'd known early on that I wanted to write about video games, and that I was going to go, I thought to EGM or to, I thought I'd go back to EGM when I went to Mizzou. Because EGM, of course, was in the suburbs of Chicago. That's where I was. I thought I'd go to Mizzou, get my journalism degree, turn around, go back to EGM, right there at the end, shoot forever. So Mizzou was just the best journalism school, and I saw it being the path to, if I go, I always thought of it like I'd be bringing a nuclear bomb to a gunfight, right? Like, this is early, remember. It wasn't like how it is now, where this is like, oh, everybody wants to be writing about video games. No big deal. Like, I thought I'd go there, and I'd get this journalism degree, and then I would go to apply to wherever, and they'd be like, holy crap, you got a journalism degree? No problem. We only got Craig Harris. He doesn't know anything like games. And, obviously it worked out for me, but now it's one of those things where everyone's doing that, so it's not like as unheard of as it was, I think, when I started trying to do it. So still the way I would do it if I was on the outside now, but a lot more to worry about. Young Leno J says, hey Greg, do you know what happened to Kara, or was that honestly just a tech demo by Quantic Dream? It was honestly just a tech demo from Quantic Dream. They were very clear when they showed that wasn't a game, that was just them experimenting with the new hardware at GDC, or they showed it at GDC. Them experimenting with what they could do, try to show what they could do with the next gen storytelling kind of thing. So that's exciting. Whatever. I don't know why you waste your time on it. It was cool. I mean, I liked Car a lot, right? But that's honestly, you're watching like, maybe they should just do this. Why don't they just make, little mini movies, little mini shorts? Instead, now we're waiting for Beyond Two Souls. We'll see how that one comes out. Let's see what else we got. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, every Gregway, Wednesday and Friday, I answer your questions. Usually just a question per video. But today I'm feeling frisky, doing this live stream, taking some of your comments down, taking them down one by one. Leave them here on the YouTube video, or make your own YouTube video responses, and then just email me the link, since they have destroyed video responses as soon as I started the show, pretty much. Sean Pitts says, are you enjoying GTA 5 more than The Last of Us? That's a loaded question, Sean Pitts, right? I don't know. I think they're really different experiences, right? Like, Last of Us was, for me, 14 hours? What did I say when it first happened? 13, 14 hours of just, like, this super intense story. And, like, that's the other thing, are you enjoying it? Like, Last of Us, it was good, right? Like, no one's like, that was, like, such a fun experience. No, it was like something different and changed it, and now you felt like its fingerprint on your soul kind of thing. Whereas like GTA is like, done with that mission, let's see if I can flip this car off a wall or whatever, you know what I mean? Let's drive around here. What happens if I drive around with no wheels? I think they're different experiences. Is the enjoyment more than? Probably, but I don't think that doesn't, I still think Last of Us is a better game. Last of Us is still what I would vote for Game of the Year right now. I think those, you have to talk about experiences overall, right? Like, Last of Us took its places and had performance capture and visuals and all the stuff that like were so incredible, right? Not that GTA doesn't have that or GTA isn't up to that caliber, but like it's a different experience for sure. So I don't know. It's a good question, I guess. I mean, I enjoyed them both profoundly, but in different ways. I enjoyed them in different ways. Right now, I'm having more fun, I think, with GTA, right? It's bright, it's colorful, it's funny, I laugh, I flip cars, I shoot people for no reason. Whereas Last of Us, I was like super into. It'd be like saying, was Avengers more fun than the road? Yeah, Avengers was more fun than the road, but I think, whatever. Radioactive Cornflake says, Greg, what do you think the story will be in Superman versus Batman? Good question. Good question, Radioactive Cornflake. I think they will tie into everything that happened in Man of Steel. So spoilers if you haven't seen Man of Steel. That Batman does show up and he's like, why is the city destroyed? Why would you let this happen? You don't know how to be a hero. You're a weapon. You're more, he's gonna show up. I think trying to judge if Clark is a danger, a threat, right? Like he doesn't know much about him, so you need to get like an up close personal view of who is this guy. He just took him and his cousin or whatever, and just took out the entirety of a major metropolitan city. Do I have to be afraid of him? How would I take him down? Is he a good guy? And then throughout this, there'll be adversaries at the beginning, and Batman will grow to love him as it turns out Superman's awesome, and they'll take down Lex Luthor, who I hope is teamed up with Brainiac or something like that. But we'll see. See that kind of cough? That's what I usually cut out of Gregway. I'm doing those cuts that people don't even know if they like or not. Remember, leave a comment if you want to be here right now. Oh, Monty Matt 12 says, good morning. Good morning, Monty Matt. Pleasure to have you here. Thanks so much for watching this experiment with the live Gregway. So far, it's going so good, right? I think we're doing pretty well. Everyone's having fun. Here, chatting it up, reading your comments, answering them right now. We're going to go for 30 minutes, I think, so we got another 15. Now, why 30? Why not an hour or whatever? Well, first off, I'm tired. I can already tell you, it's hard to keep up with a live stream on your own. And number two, like, YouTube videos that are usually, like, I think most of the Gregways people don't watch are over 10 minutes, so we're already going way too far. Would you help me get work? I'm sorry, Valum. Would you help me get work experience for a college module starting in 2014? Sure. Like, IGN doesn't do internships, so I can't help you there. But if I can help you some other way, sure, whatever. 123 Tim's IM says, how many hours do you work in a week? Good question. It's hard to say. Right? Like, I usually get into IGN at I try to be there at 8:30. At the latest, I like to be there more like 8:15, but 8:30 is more realistic. And then I'm out every day at 5:30. Like last time was 6:15, somewhere in there. I don't know. There's no hours. It's salary, so whatever. I just come and go with you. But we always talk about this, right? Like the thing that, especially when we're interviewing people, the thing they need to know is that the video game industry and IGN isn't like when I was in the newspaper, right? I'd be in at whatever 9, 5, or at 9 or 8. I don't even remember what it was. But then I was out at 5, and when I was out, I was out. I came home and my day was my own. Come home, barbecue, go out with friends, watch movies, play video games. I had all from 5 until I got home at 5:30 until I went to bed at midnight or whatever. That was my time. I could do whatever I want with. Whereas with IGN, it's very much like we're like Ghostbusters or firemen, where you're on call, or doctors, you're on call all the time. If you check your phone and there's a news story or somebody, like, people email about work all night long, like, we're a 24-hour news organization, right? And so that means something is always breaking and something is always happening. And so with the inclusion of like IGN Australia and IGN UK, like, they cover news and stuff to a degree that we didn't back in the day. Like when I was working with Dunham and stuff, you'd be going nonstop and it would only be you. But now you have people out there who are helping. Now you have people who are making it so it's not just on us or whatever, like with PlayStation stuff. But you see it with Colin all the time, right? Like Colin will wake up to go to the bathroom at 3 a.m. and then he'll check Twitter while he's doing that, and he'll see that this Vita game got announced in Japan. He'll wake up and write that. Like that. He doesn't have to. No one's asking him to do that, but he sees that and he feels like that's his responsibility. This is a job you can't turn off. You can't like go, okay, I'm gonna ignore this. Especially when, with all due respect, there's folks like you who want to talk to us about it, right? Like, That's what I was saying about, the whole we're jack of all trades, master of none, is the fact that, even if I haven't played I'm blanking. I want to say Skyward Sword, but that's not right. Legend of Zelda, the cel shaded one that just came out that I really loved on GameCube. God, I was such a fan. Wind Waker. God, that's embarrassing. I haven't played Wind Waker HD, but you will tweet me about that or want to talk to me about that. So I have to watch. Like Jose's playing it or whatever. I'll go to his desk and I'll watch it, and I read the review, and I'm like, okay, I have to carry a conversation about that. We have to know a little bit about everything, because even when I get like interviewed on a podcast, right? Like I did a couple podcasts this week, and they want to talk about PlayStation 4, but then we take a right turn and talk about something Xbox One. Like I can't just only know one thing. Like we want to know everything. We want to be able to talk about everything intelligently. So it's hard to ever turn it off. So how many hours do I work? I work all the time. Even when I'm doing these Gregways, right, and I'm talking about how to make chicken wings, I usually mention IGN in there somewhere. It is what it is. It's given me everything I've ever wanted, so I might as well give everything I can do it. Okay, Raphael says, why do you call Destin the Pride of the Sunset? Well, I call Colin the Pride of Long Island, and I give everyone a little nickname. And so, I don't know where Destin's originally from. Canton, Minnesota, Wisconsin, something like that. But I know he lives now in the Sunset District of San Francisco. San Francisco has many different districts. There's the Marina, there's the Sunset, there's Soma. Destin lives in Sunset. When I talked to him for the first time on camera, I said, you know what? You're proud of Sunset. And he said, please don't call me that. And I said, too late. The Flat Man says, have you ever eaten chicken wings for breakfast? Flat Man, of course I've eaten chicken wings for breakfast. What kind of question is that? You're offending me almost as much as the other guy did. Dean Ashley says, do you agree with Damon, who has said judging reviewing games is all about how fun it is? No, I don't think that's all there is to it, and I think you might be taking Damon's quote a bit out of context. Like that's the baseline of any review, right? Is this game fun? And oh, I see what we're coming back to. Like, am I having more fun with Last of Us or GTA? Is it enjoyable to play? Would be a better way to put it. Are you having fun playing this? Are you enjoying your time with the game? Is what I think is more of what Damon's angle is on that. And again, that's the baseline. That's what he's reading a review to find out if it's enjoyable to play this game. I don't. There's more to it, but I think that's what he's saying is the most important thing. So I don't agree. I don't think there's anything to agree with. I think that's a good point when Damon says that. I nod my head in agreement when he says that. But there's more to a review than that, right? You have to then talk about mechanics, how it looks, sound, etc., so on. I'm running off the wrong Wi-Fi too. Gosh darn it. That's not gonna make for a good video. So far, so good. See, the video over there looks alright. I'm not gonna screw with anything yet. Drybones says he's working on the Superboy jacket for you after Monday's up at noon. Okay, I like that. Big fan of that, actually. Reading through these comments, trying to find one. Got 5 minutes left. Better find a good one. The Assassin 642 says, "What is the best dream you ever had?" I like this question. Best dream I ever had, huh? One time, I went. You probably know this about me. I went to a private school growing up, so I went to parochial school where I was in like Catholic school where I was in uniforms, ties, and stuff like that. And one time I dreamed when I was in like grade school, junior high time, I dreamt that we were in church being talked to by one of the priests, and I realized it was a dream. Like in the dream, I was like, "This is a dream." So I stood up and I punched the priest, and then I flew away. Like I was like that one moment of like, I know this is a dream, and I know I'm gonna control it. I'm gonna do what I want. And I did it, and that was a damn good one. Money Matt 12 again says, "Is that Twilight in the background?" Yeah. Not my books, believe it or not. My book collection, incredibly small. But yes, Twilight is back there. Not mine. Even though I've seen the movies. The last one was good. It had a good fight scene. Nobody ever talks about it. It turned out, it got blinked out of existence kind of thing, but it was a good fight scene. You didn't know at the time. People's heads getting ripped off, people kicking the wolves to death. It was fun. This Sloan 12 says, what nickname do people have for you at work? I don't have one. The Sloan 12. I give people nicknames, as I'm sure you've seen in all the videos. Pride of the Sunset, my Italian meatball, Pride of Long Island, stuff like that. Like I don't, since I'm the one introducing it, usually I don't ever get a nickname. I can only imagine what they would say. Oh, Vongola PT said, "What did you felt? What did you feel when you found out you had cancer?" I wasn't happy about it, but when I wrote in the blog, right, announcing that I had cancer last year, I wrote a blog saying, like basically I have cancer, and you're taking this harder than I am. No offense. And that was because, like, for me, you figure I imagine like it's like jumping into a pool or slowly wading into a pool, right? Like I had slowly gone in and like gotten step by step. Like we knew things were wrong and something was going to happen here. So I was ready for the news when I got it. Whereas for you guys, it was like everything was fine, and then a blog post later, it was like, what the hell's going on? I don't understand what's happening. For me, yeah, like I don't know. Like I was never. I was talking about this. I did Aisha Tyler's podcast while I was in LA. Girl on Guy. It'll be up soon. And we talked about it there a little bit. And it was like I never thought I was gonna die. You know what I mean? Like when I found out that it was Hodgkin's lymphoma, that it was this, that and they start leading you down what they think the diagnosis is gonna be. And you go to Wikipedia and it's like, well, 86% of people or 89% or whatever it is survive this. I was like, oh, I'll be fine. The people who are dying are like old people or whatever. They don't even know what's going on. Like, I'll be all right. I can get this. And so pretty much from the get go, I was like, I got this. I'm not too worried about like this getting me in the end. So that was nice. Um, how did I feel when I was diagnosed? I wasn't thrilled about it. But in the same breath, I didn't know how hard it was going to be. I didn't know how bad chemo would be. Like I didn't really know what I was getting into. So, I was naive and I thought it would be no problem. And in the end, it wasn't. So there you go. Here I am. Oh my gosh, 2 minutes left. Oh, Kyle says he truly admires my work ethic. Thank you, Kyle. Everybody always says, oh, Greg, you don't have to wake up for these comments. Oh, Greg, you don't have to make these videos. I know all that, but, I want to give something to you guys. I like talking to you. The whole point of Gregway is that first off, you guys ask a lot of questions on Twitter, and you ask a lot of questions in the YouTube video. And even when I respond to some of those questions, you don't see somebody else ask a question later on. Like, I want to talk to you. I talk about all the time how humbled I am that you guys even want to hear me talk about anything, whether it be video games or chicken wings. So I want to make sure that you understand how this relationship works and that I'm here for you. And that I want to make sure that you know how much it means to me that you come to watch these videos, that you share them with your friends, that you like them, all the jazz I beg you to do in every video. But the least I can do is talk to you, respond to your comments at 6 a.m. like I do if you're new. Every time I post a video, I post it at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then I sit there in the comments for an hour answering the comments. So that's important to me to make sure you guys understand how much you mean to me, how much your support means to me. Because obviously, like people always do that too. Like I've been getting a lot of emails in the recent timeline. I'm very tired. This is why I don't usually stream at 6 a.m. but I'm awake. Saying, thanking me for like, oh man, you really got me through this, you got me through that. Like you guys got me through cancer, you guys got me through everything. You guys literally get me a paycheck. You know what I mean? Like, if you stopped coming to IGN, I would not have a job anymore. If you stopped watching my videos at IGN, I would not have a job anymore. So, the least I can do is make videos like this where I talk to you. And I'm enjoying this. I'll promote it a little bit more next time. I wasn't sure what we were getting into. On that sappy note, our 30 minutes are up. I want to thank you so much for coming, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. Still don't have a good Gregway outro. Still working on that. I think the Epic Mealtime guys had a few ones. Like have a Greg day. That was a mirror. That's pretty good. You already know the title of the show, right? You already know I want you to subscribe. You already know that I want you to follow me on Twitter. So I guess I don't have to really pimp that stuff as much. So maybe, but have a Greg day. There's a bunch of good ones here. Let me open up actually. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. While I do this, I'll sing a song about Portillo. Believe it or not, Portillo's dog. He's singing stuff and he's jumping around. That was the greatest. That was the theme song to Greatest American Hero. With me then just putting things in about my dog. Here we go. I'm opening up comments because a bunch of people had actually really good ones about how to sign off. So Control F Gregway on this one. I'm on the Epic Mealtime one if you want to know. Oh, it's shaking a thing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody. Here we go. We'll pick one. Oh, here we go. Okay. Here's how we're gonna sign off on this one. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And then I'm gonna switch it over. I'm just gonna, yeah, whatever. All right, everybody ready? Here's the sign off we're gonna use this time. I don't know if we'll use it, everyone. It was submitted by Matt. It was from Matt Straba. Sturba is what I say. Matt Sturba. Said all the other stuff. Remember me. God, it's 6 a.m. Remember to join me every Wednesday and Friday to start your day with a Gregway. See, that's good. I like that. Good job, Matt. That's not bad. I like that. I'm going to write that on a note card and keep it on the computer so I remember that. So I'll see you Wednesday, everybody, right? Because today's Friday. This week's flown by. Might have some special guests. Next week. I'll definitely be filming from a special location. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember to join me every Wednesday and Friday to start your day with a Gregway.